Welcome back to Rustic Cedar Homestead. I'm Nina and this is Joel.
Woo, baby.
How cold is it?
Oh my gosh. That is nasty out there.
Wanna go out? And we're talking about winter in Minnesota and that we've almost made it through another winter. How many days away?
Spring is in 4 days. Well,
Yeah, 4 days.
that's not really spring, I think, but it's
Well,
mud season.
It's first mud season.
But a lot of snow is gone.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the garden is totally
Yeah, it's
snow-free.
It's teasing now. It's teasing season.
It's just mud season. We'll just go with that. In Minnesota, in January and February, there are, for me, they're the longest months of the year. They're the longest, they're the darkest, they're the coldest, and we had another, what they call polar vortex. I think it was about mid-January. People ask, like, what do you do? Do you wear heated clothes or what? How do you stay warm? Like, people actually have asked me that.
Yeah.
Because we got as cold as 32 below.
But that didn't last very long, did it?
It was a couple of weeks of pretty cold temperatures. I mean, 25 below Fahrenheit, 30 below Fahrenheit. I know north of us, not very far, like Tower, they were like 50 below Fahrenheit.
Oh, wow.
So, and a lot of other questions are just like, well, what happens in the greenhouse when it gets that cold? Or with the chickens when it gets that cold?
Yeah, we used a 40-pound propane tank to supplement the heat in the greenhouse and just would run it on low with our little ice fishing heater.
Our greenhouse in the snow is 72 feet long.
Yeah.
And it's the south bed really that has the most exposure to the cold. But that little heater, and then we set up a little fan behind it.
Yeah, set up a fan behind it and to blow the warm air down, and it worked.
Yeah. Our goal was, I know like everybody thinks you're supposed to keep the greenhouse in the snow, or that the tube system is supposed to keep it like 50 degrees or warmer. And that hasn't been our experience.
Not when it's,
Right.
0 or below 0.
Our goal was to keep it above freezing, or most of the stuff that we have in there can freeze or is frost hardy. So like the cabbages, the broccoli, the rutabagas, the beets, all that stuff can handle, down into the 20s. So it's just our goal to keep it above freezing or just under. How much do you think we spent? Like, how many times do you think we filled that tank? It was like $1.
Well, it was right around like $40 to fill the tank.
Yeah.
So I think we filled it 5 times.
5 times. So $200. That's not too bad. We're not making any money really on what we're growing in the greenhouse, but it's food for us. And there's a lot of food in there now. I took a little video and I can show you what we've got going on in there right now. Everything's really starting to take off. Joel figured out a really efficient way to remove snow from the greenhouse.
Yeah, I was just I grabbed the leaf blower to blow out the side-by-side to be able to take that out for a ride because there was snow in it because it's not in its own shed yet.
Shocking.
So I just used leaf blower on it And then I'm like, oh, I think maybe this will work on the greenhouse to clear that off, the Lexon south wall. So yeah, it worked great.
And he made it look really easy, because when I tried it,
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
that was pretty funny.
You got it going. You got it to work.
I think I counted how many times I pulled that string. Was it 27
Thank
times?
God you didn't break the string.
I showed Joel after that, and he's like, how much more? I can't handle watching it. You're going to break it. But I didn't.
Nope, you got it to go.
And it's like the backpack kind. So it's, I mean, I guess it wasn't really heavy, but it's just really awkward because it's big.
Well, yeah, and it's blowing after you do get it started. And so there isn't really a low setting. So it kind of
Yeah, like
twists you around.
all of a sudden it's just going, and I started it in the greenhouse and I thought, well crap, how am I going to get out of the greenhouse, because as soon as I pointed at the door, I'm not going to be able to get the greenhouse door open.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times I locked myself in the greenhouse this winter. Oh my god. I mean, technically I didn't lock myself. It's just the door kind of expands and contracts so much that it gets stuck. But it gets really stuck.
Yeah.
Joel had to come and save me a few times.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it was when you were here.
All right.
We make funny TikToks, so look for Rustic Cedar Homestead on TikTok. Shameless plug. So the other thing that, you know, is really affected by the cold during the winter is the chickens. There's a lot of messing around with chickens and the coop and the humidity and the bedding and the eggs in the winter. We did have one rooster. He just had a really big comb, and he got some frostbite because the humidity was so high in the chicken coop, which we've now rectified.
Fix that problem, yeah.
But at the time it was too late, because once he got the frostbite, and there was some blood, the other chickens just pecked him like crazy, and we tried to separate him and it didn't work. And so after about a week of dealing with that,
Well, yeah, we just didn't want him to keep getting just annihilated by the other chickens.
he was just getting really picked on. So we did have to cull, who I called him Rocky. He was our only rooster. But Owen and I did try. Someone had told me to put Vaseline on his comb, that would somehow heal the bleeding and possibly keep the the hens from pecking at him. And I don't know that it did anything.
Do you hear the rooster at night?
At night? You hear him? This
Not
is
like while you're
Rocky.
sleeping, but at
He's
night.
got a little rough comb. He's got kind of a big comb for this climate. I didn't realize his climate. I didn't realize his comb was going to be this size. And you can see it's getting frostbitten. And it looks like the girls are pecking at him. Huh, Rocky? Are they pecking at you? He's heavy. Okay, turn around so we can see it on the camera. See, we're friends. We're also the boss. Now you're learning who the boss is, right? So I did my best and covered all of the little spots. Okay. The humidity was a problem, but it was getting so cold in there. You know, it could be 0 degrees in there, and if it's humid, then moisture freezes. So we actually installed, what were they called? Do you remember what the brand is? Oh,
So you had Chick Cozy heaters.
yeah.
Yeah, you got 2 of them. Yeah.
They did a really good job because the heat is all adjustable. And so we can also use them then as chick brooders because they came with legs. So these just hang on the wall.
Yeah, you install them at the top rung of the perch, and they all sit up there,
Yeah.
you know, by the heater. So
Yeah.
during the night, so it works good.
So, and we would just turn that on if it was gonna be, I don't know, what did we say, like 10 degrees or below, I think. He's a little bit of a soft heart, and you turn him on.
It was, I'm sure it was more than if it was just 10 degrees. I think we were doing it most of the winter days up until the last couple weeks. We had it on all night, every night.
We didn't get him until it was like the middle of the polar vortex. Like,
Oh, yeah.
We could have gotten him a week early. So we got him probably the end of January, installed them, and I haven't probably run them now for a week or 2
Right.
weeks. So yeah, the end of February. But yeah,
Well, they were great.
you do feel better about it.
Yeah. We installed a exhaust fan on the, what would be the north wall, up high in the middle to draw out all that humidity. So I mean, it's huge. Like, that's night and day difference.
Yeah, I just wish we
So-
would have had it sooner.
Oh,
but
I know.
yeah, that was a
Yeah.
fun project for you and Owen.
It worked out good. I was almost thinking we should just order another one of those and just keep it in a box for whenever this one.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know.
so-
Does it last, 2 years or 10 years?
Right.
But it's just the right size. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? So
yeah.
if this one were to die,
Yeah. So we're really happy with the coop. It's getting warm. It's getting really hot in there actually when it's sunny. It's 90 degrees in there some days.
Mm-hmm.
But all the chickens are outside, so.
well, and then even if it seems now with that fan, we should kind of watch that.
The temp.
If it is a really
Yeah.
sunny day and it's,
I
it
think
used to
it's-
it could get 90 degrees in there. Like, now, will it stay
We'll see.
a little cooler?
Yeah, I think because you put it up high like that that'll
Yeah.
help. So, and that's where I have the thermostat is up high. I should maybe bring that down a little bit just so we're getting a more accurate reading of where they are on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, love the data. I could have so many of those thermometers that are hooked up to our weather station, the ambient weather station, but I think I've maxed it out. I think you can have 10, and I think I already have 10.
Really?
When it gets really, really cold, like wind chills are 40 below, you start to worry about things like the greenhouse and the chickens and the cars and just a lot of things.
Not the skid loader.
Skid loader.
Yeah.
Well, we have a skid loader, we call him Frank.
It's not been running great. Luckily, it wasn't a heavy, snowy winter. Because it starts and it runs, but it has no power to push snow. So I don't know what's going on. I replaced the choke, replaced the fuel filter, replaced the oil filter, changed the oil. I mean, all the simple, easy things to do.
But there's still something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something going on with the throttle that I'm not quite knowing what to do. There is a smell of gas, so I'm not sure
Isn't
what's going
that
on.
what Corey said, that he thinks maybe it's getting too much fuel?
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, so that has not been running very well.
So what have you
all
been
winter.
doing?
Walk behind snowblower. And actually, I didn't mind doing it. I mean,
How long did it take you?
I think it really, it takes maybe an hour.
Oh, really? That's
It's
not
not
bad.
that bad.
And our
but-
driveway is like,
800 feet long.
yeah, 800
So
feet.
it's long. But what's nice is that it blows the snow into the woods. And I'm not getting walls of snow
No.
like I do with
Then the driveway gets narrower,
narrower
and
and
narrower.
narrower. And then I have to, push it further and further into the woods.
Something else that happens in the winter, it's a good time to be canning. So I finished all of the tomatoes, made, a couple dozen jars of sauce. I did something new called tomato jam this year that is to die for. I love that tomato jam. I just finished 3 days of strawberries. So I don't know if you guys know about what the fruit truck is, but like Florida strawberries have been up here being delivered, and I just did I think about 48 jars of strawberry and strawberry rhubarb jam. So I'm really sick of strawberries right now. By the end, you're asking yourself, do I really like strawberry rhubarb?
Yeah, well, that strawberry rhubarb pie was amazing.
Yeah, that turned out pretty good.
Did you say how you make it taste so good, or you can give away your secret?
With love? What's my secret?
No, to get the most flavor out of the strawberry, you take out you pour out the inside
I found
of it.
that it helps with the jam, so I did it for this too. Is you actually take there's a hull, you cut the top off a strawberry and then scoop out the hull, and it makes it more strawberry flavor.
Right.
Yeah, you really noticed a difference. Huh?
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And love.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Now we're gonna get photobombed. We're making a video.
Okay. Oh, you're recording?
Yeah.
That's how you make a video.
Well, you don't even record? I didn't know you were recording.
Another thing that we do in the winter is start seeds. My first thing is always onions, so those have been going for 6 weeks now. I've started some brassicas like cabbages, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and also lettuces. And now, pretty soon here, actually I maybe should have done it this weekend, but I'm gonna start my warm weather stuff, the tomatoes and cucumbers and squash, so that'll be coming up. And it was like the second week of February, I found one of my favorite tomatoes. I was just sitting in the mudroom on a shelf, and it was kind of dried up, and I thought,
Oh, imagine that. I think in the bedroom, I threw my hat across the room, and it hit like the desk, and a seed packet fell out. Like hit the ground. Like they're everywhere.
yeah, seeds grow food. But this tomato was just kind of all dried up, kind of looked like a big raisin sitting in the mudroom. It hadn't molded, so I opened it up and took the seeds out and soaked them in water just for, I don't know, it's probably a week. And now I think I got 4 seeds, because then of course Skittles managed to knock them down and break the jar, and the seeds went everywhere. But I saved 4 of the seeds, and now I have 4 Momotaro tomato seedlings started. So, and they are my new favorite. I love, love, love them. I can't wait for bruschetta season.
Yeah. So we had a bird feeder stuck to the window, the kitchen sink window, just empty for months. Just nobody had used it, right? So I just finally put some bird seed in there. And then on the sill, I put some bird seed, and I think we got a couple birds after a week or so to come and eat a little bit. So then I put more bird food out. Nina wasn't crazy about the idea. What were you worried about? Bears or
Well, yeah, not in the winter so
deer?
much. Just animals in general. I mean, you put food outside your house when you live in the woods, and what happens?
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you what happens.
Hey, man, get the seats. Who is it, man? It's a bus, man. Get the seats. Seeds? Why, man? They can't bust you for seeds. Well, then just hide your face. It's a bus, man.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. It's fun to watch. I love watching the birds and see what comes in. And Skittles loves it.
Yeah. And now he's got me not only doing chicken chores in the morning, now
Yeah.
you have to put a scoop of seeds. It's just sunflower seeds. Or are you putting some of the chicken scratch in
I
there,
have
too?
put some of the chicken scratch, but mostly just the sunflower seeds.
And I know we've talked in our last chat videos about we have goals of exploring more around here when it's, our downtime. And we went to Palo, Minnesota. No, you probably haven't heard of it, but they have a festival called Laskiainen. It's a Finnish festival, and there's this.
Happening It's been going on for like
Yeah.
forever.
It's like the
100
longest
years
running
or more than 100.
Finnish festival or something in the country. But they do two things there. They have this huge giant ice slide that you go down, and the deal is the farther you go, when it shoots you out the end of the slide, you're going onto a frozen lake, the better harvest you were supposed to have of, I don't remember what the crop was. Do you?
No. No,
That
I
was
didn't
the-
read that part. Did they also harvest ice?
I don't think so. I mean,
Well,
the
maybe a long
sledding
time
thing
ago.
was, maybe. Yeah, maybe you're right.
I
But
don't
the
know.
sledding, I know there was a point to it that
Oh,
the further you went, the better your whatever crop was going to be. So
Oh.
Joel's crop will be very good this year because
yeah.
he went like all the way to the
I
end.
went the distance. He's going for speed.
Single?
And then they had dog sledding. So,
Ride. It's tighter and tighter.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
so we want the ride that you don't tip over.
Always got it. We have it.
Smile. So that was really fun. We got to
Yeah, I mean, I
Dog
would have
sled
thought.
ride.
I didn't know that was gonna be going on.
I didn't know what to
That was
think.
really cool.
Yeah, I've never been on a dog sled before. And then if you've watched this far, you're probably related to us. So we thought we'd add a little in here about the boys. We have three sons, Kyle, Eric, and Owen.
Those people keep a moving, and that's what tortures me.
And Kyle, he got not a brand new car. He got a new car to him. It's an awesome car. This is his first big purchase, his first car purchase. We're so proud of him.
Working good. Just keep the oil change. Dang it.
I think Joel was even a little jealous because you were like, if you
Yep.
don't buy it, I'm gonna. Unfortunately, Eric had some bad news. His school is closing. He goes to Northland College in Ashland, Wisconsin, and there was talk of it happening last year at the end of last school year, and now he's got to find a new school, but he's got a great attitude about it, and he's just getting started kind of looking at new schools in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Well, I think actually, yeah, Minnesota and Wisconsin. He wants to get into something with natural resources, so I'm sure he will have lots of options. Owen has started taking piano lessons, which has been super fun to sit and listen to.
I don't know how he picked it up so fast.
I don't know either. Like, he can do with both hands, his right and his left hand.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Crazy. So, we're super proud of all three of our boys.
Looking forward to spring and
Yeah.
get that side by side working. Oh, I can't wait to hit the trails with that thing.
What's wrong with the side by side?
I said, get it like working for us.
Oh, okay.
She's
Thought there
saying
was something
something.
wrong. Like Frank was.
Jeez.
I know.
No, I can't. Well, that's for exploring wise. That's going to be amazing this summer to get on some of the trails around here.
So if you have any recommendations of where we should bring it in northern Minnesota, we're kind of near between Duluth and the Iron Range. So let us know in the comments. And there's something else I was going to say. So we really appreciate everyone watching. Thanks so much for all of the support. We're really trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers mark. So if you think of anybody that might appreciate this kind of content, we hope you'll share it with them. If you like shorter content, check us out on Instagram and TikTok, where I basically just make fun of everything we do.
Why not? You got to.
So, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah!
And then we did fix the humidity problem, and Joel and Owen, do you want to
Do you want to?
say about that?
Yes, we finally.
No, stop
What?
and then start so I can edit that out.
On pause. Sorry. Yeah, we.
Not yeah.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
yeah. No, yeah. Just say.
Oh yeah, we installed. What is that thing called again?
Exhaust fan?
Exhaust fan. That's what it.
I'm gonna put this in the bloopers if you don't be
fine,
good.
fine. Mm.
Not yeah. Just say we.
We.
No.
Yeah, we installed.
No, not
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Just we.
Would you-